What if you open a container of your food storage to find creepy crawlies? What you gonna do? Hey, Provident Preppers, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Kylene. And have you ever got into your pantry to get something out, like some rice or something, and it was filled with bugs, like bugs everywhere? Well, that happened to me this morning. I was a little bit beside myself because that has actually never happened to me before. But back in January, we filmed a video where we packaged some of this brown rice. Now the expiration on this rice is actually February of 25. I'll leave a link so you can look, but we packaged it in Mylar with oxygen absorbers. When you package food like that, you never have to worry about bugs. But some of it, because we were gonna use it right away, we just poured into these containers. When I opened, I used the last little bit of this one and it was fine. But when I opened this one, there were bugs everywhere. They were like creepy, crawly, and
cute. I thought
they were not cute.
I thought they were actually kind of cute, and we had to zoom in on the camera to actually see what they look like.
Not cute.
Okay, so difference of opinion here, but bugs nonetheless.
The problem was there were probably some eggs when we packaged it. And like I said, if you use oxygen absorbers and put it in a Mylar bag, you're not gonna have any issues with that. But because I just put it in one of these containers and closed it, we had issues with that. Now, what do you do if this happens when it really, really matters? Now, one of the things that we were curious about, we bought this one at the same time that we bought those other ones. I just wanted to see if I can see any bugs at all in it. We looked a little bit through the bag before the video and I didn't see anything. So Johnny, you wanna dump it in here? Now, the eggs would be super hard to see, but the bugs were not hard to see. It looks good to me. Thoughts?
Yeah, no, it looks fine to me.
It looks totally fine to me. I guess it comes down to, what do you do? Do you just throw it all out? Well, this bag costs 20 bucks. That's a lot of money for me. And so I wasn't about to throw it out. Now I could have just cooked it and fed it, bugs and all, to the chickens, but because it's a grain, it's very easy to wash. Now, so we dumped it all into a big metal bowl, put it in the sink and just filled it with water, and we swished that water around. A lot of the bugs floated.
Yeah, most of them did.
Yeah.
Most of them floated and we were able to just dump them off. Some of them didn't, so I don't know what the difference in those heavier bugs or whatever, but some of them didn't. But we ended up getting, I think, almost all, if not all of them.
But how many times did it take us? Like, we rinsed it 20 times or so?
We were working on it for about 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, because every time we thought we were good, more the bugs would float up. Now, would it be okay to eat it like that? It actually would be, but it totally grosses me out and I have no desire to eat it like that. So then what we had was, what is this, 20 pounds or something of brown rice that was all wet. So what do you do from there? Well, you could let it dry out. You're gonna be at risk for mold, so you could put it in a dehydrator and dry it out really well to make sure that it's okay. But what we decided to do was cook it all.
Yeah.
Some of it, we are freeze drying. It's in the freeze dryer right now, and that'll be really nice because brown rice takes about 45 minutes to cook. But when we cook up freeze dried rice, you're talking add hot water and it's done.
All right.
So that's a really good thing. But a lot of people don't have a freeze dryer. And so part of what I did with the other, I think I had 7 containers that I put cooked brown rice just in the container in the freezer, because then I can just pull it out for a meal and it's already cooked. All I have to do is warm it up and serve it, but we're not wasting any. And then there's some that we just put in the fridge that we know we'll
eat that up real
use
fast
over the next few days. So
yeah. Another idea is, if this was a crisis situation, there's probably a lot of people that are hungry. So you could cook it up and pass it around to people, bless other people's lives, because you only have a certain shelf life. And especially if you didn't have refrigeration, you'd just want to use that or get it to the animals.
So bottom line is, you don't need to throw it away. If you opened a can and it was infested with bugs, yeah, it doesn't look really pretty. You've got a couple of problems. You've actually got the bugs. You've got their waste that they have produced in there too. and then how they've eaten through some of the grain. And so depending on how far advanced that infestation is, it is possible it won't be able to be used at all. So this is really, really important, why you should always make sure that when you're storing your grains, you're using an oxygen absorber, or at a minimum, vacuum sealing it to make sure that you've taken care of any critters that might be in here. And you could use the freeze, thaw, freeze method too, but it has its own issues. Oxygen absorbers seriously are best.
And now for the question of the day. Do you have any creepy crawly experiences you can share with us? And what you did about it? Share with us. And thanks for being part of the solution.